This episode of the Restoration Today podcast is brought to you by Airbotics. The new generation of disinfection and odor removal is here with the advanced UVC technology of Airbotics, featuring a hydroxyl generator and an air scrubber in one. Designed by industry veterans and built right here in the US, Airbotics machines not only create hydroxyl radicals to eliminate odors and VOCs, but also use HEPA filtration to capture particulates. And they're already being used by restorers and training schools across the country for jobs of all shapes and sizes. Step into the future of restoration today and learn more about the Airbotics trial program and how to buy at airbotics.com. Hey restorers, thanks for checking out a fresh episode of the Restoration Today podcast. This is one of the fun episodes that I get to do every year, talking about the RIA Convention and what's coming up and what's new and what's different and what's exciting. And I will totally say, which if you know me, you've heard me say this, the RIA has come a very long way and now is like, it keeps getting better. So if you are not involved in the RIA yet, you really should be, and you really should be at the convention this year. There are amazing sessions and speakers on deck. There are amazing networking events. There's going to be a solar eclipse. So, I mean, all the reasons to be there. If you like to golf, you can golf. Whatever you want to do, it is made for you. So I am joined by three people who really care about the industry and really care about the RIA. I am joined by Kelley Dolan, who's with Violand, Jeff Jones, who's also with Violand, and Andy McCabe, who is with claims delegates. No,
whoever,
anything.
whoever.
Okay.
It always changes.
Andy's with whoever. Great.
Whoever will take them.
So Andy, since you're with whoever, I'm going to have you introduce yourself first, then, and who you are really with, and kind of your take on RIA.
Okay. Andy McCabe. I've been in this crazy restoration thing since 2001. Currently, I'm working founded a new company called Quickcheck. We are trying very hard to eliminate the friction in the claims process for contractors and help them get paid more and get paid faster. So that's what I'm doing now. I am sunsetting my claims delegates consultancy that I've been running for 13 years, but very much looking forward to this new chapter in helping contractors get paid what they're owed. And along those lines, that's a lot of what an RIA does. Mm-hmm. We, as an organization, have chosen to come together to support each other. And that, like you alluded to a little bit ago, that wasn't always the case. I think RIA was a little bit lost there in the early 2000s. What are we as an organization? How, what does it even mean? And I think over the last few years, the RIA has really stepped up and said, we know why we're here. We're here to support the restoration contractors and the industry as a whole. And we're doing it in a meaningful way. And there's just so many great things. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm a part of it. Super excited for April. Can't get here soon enough.
It cannot get here soon enough. All right, Kelley, you're up. Introduce yourself a little bit and share your background.
Sure. Kelley Dolan. I'm with Violand. Previous to my role there, I've worked at both a local regional restoration company and one of the big nationals, international technically. But I have been involved with the board, the RIA, for many years. I've been a board member since the end of last year. But before that, have been chair of the planning committee for a few years. I credit the RIA with letting me meet all the fantastic members that it has. So Andy kind of alluded to it. Michelle, you did too. It's not an organization that is unwelcoming. It's the exact opposite. Like, you walk in and you leave with 20 new friends without even really having to leave a 5-foot area. As much as I love the restoration industry and all I've learned and how I've grown in my career, really, like, the last few years for me, the icing on the cake has really been the RIA. Did I answer all the great questions even in that?
Yes, it was a great answer. It was a great answer. We're going to circle back to the people part in a minute. So, Jeff, your turn. Take it away. Introduce yourself.
Sure. Jeff Jones. I am with Violand Management. Been here for I think somewhere around like 11 years ish, 12 years, if I can do math correctly. Uh, Been a part of the RIA, served on various committees for probably 8, 9 of those years. Currently, I am the chairperson of the membership committee, and then serve with Andy on that committee, and then I also serve with Kelley on the planning committee as a stooge to do whatever it is that she tells me that needs to get done. But I got involved in the RIA because I'm in sales and I had to sell and people go there. But after being around it and meeting the people, I thought, well, I don't want to view everybody as a customer. I want to get to know people.
Mhm.
And I went to a lot of different shows and stuff, but it was the RIA show and the activities within the RIA that really opened up the avenues to meet all sorts of people like the three of you and hundreds of others who are part of the organization that I now consider friends.
Yes, I agree. I remember at an
Oh,
RIA show, Jeff, you dragging me from one room to the next to introduce me to somebody who's one of my best friends in the industry now. And that was like one of the first years that I was in the industry. And I think a lot of people have stories like that, and it's a great place to be. So, Andy, you were going to say something. Go for it before I move on.
oh, I was just gonna say, Jeff has been around since I think dirt. That's how long he's been around
Feel that
the
way often.
industry. But from the first time I met you, Jeff, you were just have a genuine heart to help, and that's shown through over the years. So I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's so true. So, okay, Kelley, I want to touch on what you said a little bit ago about going and meeting people, because I think it's really important that people who are not yet involved in the RAA feel like this is a place where they are going to walk in and feel welcome and know that they're going to meet people and people are going to be open to new conversations and things like that. So, talk a little bit about the early opportunities during the show that people are going to have to interact and get to know maybe existing members or other people who are there, so that you don't go through the rest of the convention still trying to meet people. Hopefully you are still meeting people, but going through the convention without knowing anybody else who's there.
Sure. There's a few things that we do, and I don't want I'm classic for saying the wrong days. Okay, so the convention actually opens Monday night, but Monday during the day, the 8th during the day, there is a golf outing. So if you are a golfer, you enjoy that kind of thing, that's a great way to meet some people and spend some quality time with folks.
If I'm not a golfer, can I still go and pretend?
You can.
Okay, that's my plan.
That's way
Okay.
more fun.
Are you going to do like air golfing? Like you're going to line up the shot and take the swing and just not be holding a golf club?
Oh no, I'm gonna pretend like for real. I'm gonna swing at everything, but what happens from there is way beyond my control.
I thought you were just going to help wave down the cart girls as they go by for the rest of the.
I can do that too. I can do that.
All right, so golf tournament, therefore, whether or not you are a golfer or not a golfer. Again, one of the many ways that the RIA is magical. You don't need a talent to play in our golf outing. Just show up and you have fun. There are some education on Sunday and Monday as well. If you are looking for either the building construction and science or the project management class, those still have slots, I believe, though one of them's getting close. And then Monday night, the show officially opens. So Monday night is from 4 o'clock to 7:30. The exhibit hall is open. That is the best place to start. If you've never been before, just walking the hall, you're going to see one of your vendors for sure. Without a doubt, you'll see somebody there that you know. And hopefully they'll know people around them that they can introduce you to and work you to, but just start talking to people. It really is, that's literally what I did the first day. I mean, luckily I had a partner in crime bringing me around and helping me meet people, but I knew no one. I was walking, and I wasn't on the ops side of the business, right? So it's not like I knew any of the vendors. It's not like I knew any of the people that were there. I sort of floated around until somebody took me under their wing, which will happen, right? People will see people who just look lost, and it's like, what do you need? What are you looking for? How can we help you? We can't help ourselves. But definitely that first night is a great way because not everyone may be settled yet. You may get some alone time with your vendors. They're usually doing fun things in their booths, so you can be a part of that. So I highly recommend that. And then just be open to it. I find I have eaten meals with people I've never known there. I just sit down and that's where the open table is. And we start chit-chatting, and then it's like, oh crap, I'm late for the next session. Gotta go. So there's a lot of ways to interact. I'd say anytime there's food, just give it a go. And I am by nature a quiet and introverted person. These 3 days for me are a lot of peopling. I adore it and I love it. And every year it's like my heart grows 10 times like the Grinch. But it isn't my natural inclination, but it doesn't matter. I have so much fun. So even if you're a quieter person, even if you feel like I'm not going to know anyone, I wouldn't give up my experiences at the RIA for anything.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. So Jeff, really quick, add in there kind of to Kelley's point about networking, some of your like top tips for getting in there and getting past some of those, like, I'm nervous. I don't want to go up to talk to people. I don't know how to do this. So top Jeff tips on networking. Go.
Yeah, there's warm networking leads always work best. I'm a big proponent of using the vendors. The vendors are there to talk to you, and they're very good at networking generally. So if there's a vendor that you know, or you know that's just a big name vendor like a Sunbelt, go into their booth, tell them a little bit about yourself, and then ask, who do you know here that does similar services? Who should I be talking to? Can you make an introduction for me? And I guarantee you they will. They absolutely love that stuff. The other thing that at this show that's very different, and it wasn't this way when I first got involved in RIA, you never saw the board members at the RIA convention in the early, in 2012. You never saw them. Today they're everywhere. You can't go 10 feet without running into one of them, and they're there for these types of conversations. So it's the same question. Go up and talk to them, but ask questions along the lines of, what's the best thing that you've learned from this show? What are you looking to gain out of this show? Who do you feel are the people that I need to meet and the discussions I need to happen? And they're happening all around you. You just got to look around, keep your head up, go to the bar at the end of the evening. They're definitely happening. That you don't have to have an alcoholic beverage if you don't want to. Trust me, nobody cares that you're having tonic water instead of vodka. No, just go to where the people are and be willing to listen, and you'll find the conversations you want.
Perfect.
Like
Andy, what do you tell people who I still run into? I'm sure all four of us run into people still who still think the RIA is what it was years ago, right? It really has come a long way. It is truly a different organization and transformed in great ways. So, Andy, what do you tell people who are kind of skeptical about, like, is this really where I want to invest my time and energy? Do I really want to take time away from my company? Do I really want to send some of my team? Like, is this really the best place for us? What do you tell those people who are still a little skeptical about if this is the right place to be or not?
Well, I tell them, you're not gonna meet new people and find opportunities when you're sitting at your desk. There's opportunities not gonna come knock at your door. Opportunity never comes knocking. You have to go look for it. You have to make it. And luck is what happens when opportunity and preparation meet. So you need to come into any conference, not just the RIA, any conference, you need to come into it with the correct mindset of, what do I want to get out of this? What am I hoping to accomplish here? And understand that every single other attendee to that conference is in the same boat you are. We're all there to meet people. We're all there to try to learn something to make our businesses better. So I would say, go into the RIA conference with two things in mind. You want to be open-minded to go, I'm going to bring one piece of advice, one piece of information back to my company that's going to make my company better. And I'm going to make one connection that I'm going to follow up with after this. That's going to make, maybe it's a mentor relationship. Maybe it's a mentee relationship. One relationship, one piece of advice. That's all you got. Everything else above that, you're going to meet more than one person. You're going to get more than one piece of information that's going to help your business. But everything beyond that first two is gravy. So don't, what I see is a lot of people set a lot of pressure on themselves. Like, oh, I got to meet 100 people and I got to, bring back an idea to make me $1 million next year. Well, that might be setting yourself up for failure. But that being said, I've gone to multiple conferences where the information that was shared was very capable of you taking it back and making another $1 million for your restoration business. Those things are going to happen. But push comes to shove, if you're super shy, just look for the tallest guy in the room and come up and say hi to me. I will find someone to introduce you to. Don't worry about it. And don't worry about interrupting me. I'll be walking in circles. I will probably not get 10 feet inside that area without someone grabbing me and talking to me. So be one of those people. Come up and talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's get introduced.
I wonder if you will be the tallest and I will be the shortest at 5 foot nothing. It's a possibility.
That's definitely a possibility. Of course, Chris Gilbronson of Encircle fame, I think he might be taller than me.
Oh,
he's definitely younger, so that makes him taller, right? Because I'm like dying now. I am. I turned 49 this year. I'm not ready.
I love it. Okay, Kelley or Jeff, which one of you wants to talk a little bit about the agenda and some of the sessions that are on deck for this year?
I have it up, but you say your favorites first.
Kelley, you didn't mention Ed Cross's pre-conference thing. Is that on Monday or Sunday?
That is on Monday. Hold on.
Ooh, I might have to miss golf to do that one.
Correct. You are correct.
Okay.
Ed does have a day-long education piece on Monday.
Always a heavy hitter. Uncle Ed.
Big time.
Yep. Okay, so Jeff, you're supposed to hit your highlights first, and then Kelley's going to fill in the rest. So what are you looking forward to, Jeff?
Alan Stein keynote came highly recommended. I think that it's a lot about how to get the most out of yourself and be more productive, self-awareness. I think I could probably use a little bit of help there. A lot of reasons you go to conventions like this is to get a kick in the butt, to go back and be extra motivated. So when the speaker is going to motivate you to do that, there's a benefit to that. Kind of flipping through some of them, debunking myths about IICRC standards. I think has a lot of potential to be very, very strong. What's another thing unique about when we put this agenda together is everybody on that call is a restorer or a vendor. And so we know the issues that restorers are having, and these topics are specific to the industry, to business owners and managers. So you're going to find something throughout the entire time that would be beneficial. But Kelley can probably go into a little bit more detail into each of them.
Sure. I think what you called out, those are both on Tuesday. Then the afternoon is actually a breakout session. And I love both these things. If I were going as an attendee, I don't know how I would choose between them. One's recruiting, and then one is talking about emotional intelligence. So I find both those things really engaging. Yeah. So I think that'll be cool. The end of that day too is actually where what we've done in the past is we've tried to figure out how to make the awards fun, give recognition to the people who've achieved these great things without it sort of being a distraction and taking up a lot of time in the schedule. This year we're putting them all together, one final session before we all go party together, so we sort of can start the party a little bit early, celebrate our friends and the winners together. So that closes out our day Tuesday. I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Mr. Jeff Jones is going to be one of the MCs of that particular session. Wednesday is a lot more technical. We got stuff about TPAs. We got stuff about contents. We got stuff about high-performing teams. We're doing another breakout where we do the roundtables, where we sort of give everyone free rein to talk about what they want to do. We got amazing feedback on that last time, and I think people made that is an area where you can make really great connections, right? You're sitting at a table with a random group of folks. I watched friendships happening there. It was amazing. We talk a little bit about project management, some more stuff into drying. We have an SEO session, which I'm really excited about. I think that's something that a lot of our business owners are like, what do I do with digital? And hopefully this will give you some answers.
Who's leading that one?
That's going to be a panel. I know Katie from Spot On is in that. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Stand by.
And we have a new MC this year. Is that what I'm hearing?
We have 2 MCs this year.
2 MCs. Well, Michelle obviously is one. Who's the other one? Chris, right?
Mr. Chris Nordyke. Yes.
Chris Nordyke, yeah.
Yes. So Michelle will be all over this event as well. If you see her, assume something is starting or ending. That's going to be how we play this.
Okay. As long as I
Yes.
don't have I guess I can have a train of people following me.
Yeah, you're gonna be like Mama Duck. We're all just gonna follow you around. I do want to call out the last session of the show. Sorry, I've been talking a long time, but I'm excited about this. With this more breakout sessions than we've done in a long time because we had such a call for different kinds of discussion topics. But the last one is really going to be a candid look into some of those folks who maybe started as a family business and have ended up selling, growing, expanding. Still one family business in there, but have really been through it in the business world. It's kind of the way I look at it. So we can all learn a little bit about, where were their missteps? Where were they? How do we avoid them? How do we get, if you're someone we aspire to be, how do we get to where you've gone? And how do we avoid maybe some of your poor choices along the way? I think that's going to be fascinating. So I'm really excited about that one too.
Nice.
I'm very excited for that as well. I think there's going to be a lot of really good sessions, but that one is going to be so unique and different. And there's some great people that are going to be on the stage. So I love that we're not giving away names. So if you're curious, you can go check out the agenda at restorationindustry.org or convention.restorationindustry.org if you want to get right to the landing page for the event. Okay, so I would love for each of you to share like a favorite memory from an RIA event. And it may, I'm trying to think if I should narrow it to an RIA convention or if it could be there's been even these regional events lately that I have not had the pleasure of attending yet, but
I
I've
haven't
heard
either.
amazing things about the regional events. So that is a big goal of mine in 2024 to get to a regional event as well as, of course, be at convention because I couldn't miss it. It's top of the year, right? But Andy, do you have a big memory? You want to go first?
You put me on the spot. A big memory. Well, who was the oh shoot. Who was the president of Verisk
Mike
that
Fulton.
retired last year?
Mike Fulton.
Fulton.
Yep.
That was a big memory for me because a long time I've seen him over the years. He's come to the conference several times over the years, but that was the first time I saw him without the Verisk over his head. And it was just like, that guy has done, even though he was like catching a lot of arrows and barbs over the years, right? Just because of his position. Yeah. But he was then released from that. And he was able to say what he's always been saying, but just in a different way. Because it's not like he changed his tune. He just was like, this is where it is. This is the status of where we are as a business and an organization. And that really just stood out to me. I was scrambling trying to think of something as they were leading the question there, but
that's
just seeing people. I've been involved long enough. I see people develop and grow and change as human beings. And that was just one character arc that I was able to witness. But there's so many of those character arcs. There's so many people that they are not the same person they were when they started in this industry. And now you get to see them kind of like grow and bloom into their own. Hell, I'm not the same person I was when I started coming to these things. So, anyway, that's I could blabber on. That's
a good
watching the personal stories of development and growth and success. This is what we're able to celebrate successes. We're not competitors in that room. We can look across the hall, look across the table and go, man, that guy's really killing it. And I'm proud of them. That gal, that woman is really stepping up and doing something for us, by the way. And we can encourage that. We can get behind them. This is about coming together.
Yep.
This is not about finding that next secret thing to get an edge in my local market against my competitors. Now we're here to make everyone better. So yeah.
Yep. I totally agree. And I liked your point about watching people grow. That's really true. I'm sure each of us can think of like how much people have evolved since the beginning and the friends that we've made in the beginning when we joined the industry. It really is. Yeah. And the Fulton, that was a great panel. There were other panels or a great discussion. It wasn't a panel. It was But there are great open discussions like that. Like that's part of what RIA really tries to do. And I know that the planning committee does, is bring in people that are going to be willing to be authentic with their conversations, even if they're uncomfortable conversations. Sometimes they're ones that need to be had. So, all right, Jeff, you're up. Memory?
Yeah, I'm right with Andy. There's a million of them I could go to. I don't know if it was 18 or 19 when, if you can see that or not, Rick Rigsby was the keynote speaker, lessons from a third grade dropout. I had seen his YouTube video prior to that, was so excited. That was probably the best keynote I've ever sat through. The other one that stands out would be 2021 in Orlando, which was the first convention I went to after the COVID outbreak. And seeing people for the first time in a long time and remembering why we go to events like this and the energy that came with that. The third one, I don't know if you'll let me tell or not.
I will not.
Come on.
Reno.
I wondered if I needed a disclaimer before we
I'll tell you what, if you want to hear the story, stop by the booth.
There you go. There you go.
It involves oyster shooters and a casino in Reno.
Anyway, okay.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Okay, Kelley, you're up.
Oh, a hard question, Michelle. I similarly have so many memories. Some of mine are like the quieter moments. I think because I'm so into like, are we running on time? Are we on schedule? Is this person in this room? Do we have all of our tech working? Oh, it's not. Oh crap, I gotta run it. And I'm not doing that by myself. Don't think there's a staff of people. I sometimes am just the one who, they may be in one room, I may be in another handling those things. That most of the time when the show just goes smoothly, I fondly remember it. But because I think I am moving around so much, and have like so much attention going towards things staying on track, that the quieter moments when I am standing at the back of a room and I'm watching people learn, exclaim, laugh, be together in a way that is changing. It's going to be changing for them, right? Like those moments, like I mentioned the breakout session where we did roundtables and we just gave everyone discussion topics and we're like, have at it. Watching that room happen was like, that's probably pretty high up there.
It got loud in there.
It got loud. I was like, people, it's time. Like you have to move. We wanted everyone to like move around. They were like, no, we want to stay with these people. And I was like,
no, we got stuck on like, nope, we're done. We're gonna. Yeah.
I was like, just change topics.
That was huge. That was huge.
So that was one. It wasn't as structured as I would have designed it, but I love how the room decided.
Yeah, the room did decide, didn't it?
Stores know what they want.
Yep.
I was trying to think if I have a favorite story, and mine also, or it's not like one specific story. It's just thinking back through how many like good dinners and lunches and stuff I've had with people, and like the pictures I know that are in my phone from these different get-togethers, and the number of friends and connections that I've made over the years. And this is the perfect event to expand your network, even if it's casual conversations or somebody that you can reach out to when you have a question. Like people are going to be responsive and are happy to talk to other people and share troubles or wins or whatever that may be. So it's a great place to be. Okay. Anything else that people need to know? So convention.restorationindustry.org. It's April 8th through 10th at the Hyatt in Dallas. Book immediately because you might be in. Book now. Do not wait.
Book.
And we're not just saying that because like we want you to book. We're saying it because stuff could sell out. So literally book it.
Insider info is the rooms are a scarcity. Not just because we're awesome, because we are. But the other exciting thing to note is that there is an eclipse happening on Monday, April 8th. And one of the best places in the United States to view that from is Dallas. So
plan it that way, Kelley.
Did you guys order that? How
did.
Far in advance did you have to order an eclipse?
I have complete control over all planetary and solar bodies.
Got it.
So I made this happen this year. You're welcome, everyone. But what it's doing is it's just making hotel rooms in Dallas a scarcity.
What day? What day is the eclipse?
The eclipse I got some info for you.
Monday.
It is Monday. It
Okay.
starts around 12:23 Central Time, and it ends around 3 o'clock. But the maximum eclipse is going to be around 1:40.
Okay.
So you want to plan to land in the morning if you're coming in on Monday, so you can get registered, get your viewing goggles, and we're going to try to find a spot to all congregate together so we can
Nice.
explore together. But
Well, there's
that
gonna
is
be a
causing
ton of
rooms
people
to
on the
be at a
golf
minimum.
course. It's gonna be a
Yeah, we're
golf
going to give
course.
a bunch of people are going to be golfing, so they'll
all right.
have their put on your safety glasses.
One of the questions that I get a lot is, do you have to be an RIA member to attend?
Oh, that's
Do
great.
not.
Question.
Anybody
Yeah.
can attend. It's open to anybody. If you do want to become an RIA member, it is inexpensive as $25 a month, $299 for first year members. And that's all on the RIA website. And of course, that qualifies you for everything that you get, including the vendor discounts that will pay for themselves. So pay for the membership in the first month that you're part
absolutely.
of it. So definitely check that out. And
You
there'll be
know what I
information
just-
on joining at the event, but it's
You know what I
not,
did
you're
this
not going
week?
there to get sold. You'll go
No,
there, you participate
no.
in everything. Then if you want to find out more, there's a booth and you can do
Yeah.
some research.
But if I find out you're not a member, just don't let me find out. Just say hi. Say, yes, I am a member, and I won't have to have words with
He's
you.
7 feet tall, so he can find you.
Yes. Like,
So I did something. This week. I used the affinity discount for Xactimate.
There it is.
They gave me a killer deal on 5 licenses for my new business. It's amazing. I was like, there's no way. There's Xactimate. I've been paying for Xactimate for decades. There's no way they give a discount. Guess what? They did.
They did.
Because of the RIA. The RIA did that for us.
you can
As
pay for
a
your
great
membership
stores on there.
and savings alone very easily.
Yeah,
Big time.
Sunbelt's on there. Violand, REITs. So a lot of vendors that you're probably already using, you now get significant discounts on by being an RIA member.
Yep.
Actionable insights. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Do it.
Do it. Just
Sorry.
do it. All right. Yes. If you're not an RIA member, join. If you want to know more, come to the convention. If you want to know more, reach out to any of us because we are an open book, as are almost all RIA members. Almost all RIA members are going to be willing to talk to you and share what they know and give you the real deal, Holyfield, what they think of the organization. So, all right, you three, I look forward to seeing you in a couple months. Thank you so much for all of your planning and work that has gone into this and your dedication to the RIA and the industry. And I will see you very soon.
Looking forward to it, Michelle.
Thank
In
you
less
very much.
than 7 weeks.
For more Restoration Today and the latest news, visit our website, cnrmagazine.com, and find the latest episodes of the Restoration Today podcast on your favorite podcasting platform.